Right, guys, you've been asking me for a while to show you my tool bag, so I thought today I finally will. It is a Sunday, I've just finished my shift, and that's it, I'm done for the bit. So, I tidied all my bag out early and I cleaned it all up. That'll show you what I carry with me for my stone dressing, like. So, the first one I'll pull out is a 4-inch pitching tool, and all my tools are by Riley. This is a 4-inch pitching tool, and I use this when I'm dressing new stone, particularly 140s or 90mm if they've got sawn ends as well. And if you see how sharp the tungsten is. And then my next chisel, which I also use for new stone as well, is also a Riley, and that's a 3-inch. And if you can see how sharp that is, that's because I've not done any new stone for a while, and you'll see how the tip wears at an angle, and that's just the angle that I dress in at. The next ones here are my pitching tools, which I use for dressing stone, which I use, sorry, for backing off stone. So backing off is where you reduce the bed of reclaimed stone to comply with modern day building regulations. And I have multiple ones of these because these are what I use the most. And it's imperative that they're kept sharp. So there's two there, and if you can see down that edge, you'll see how they start to wear a little bit in the middle. So there's them two there. I'm just going to pop them there, hopefully they don't fall on the floor. Then you've got my other one as well, so that you can see that needs sharpening now, and hopefully when I do my running about tomorrow on Monday I can get it sharpened. That is my tickling chisel. You can see there's not a lot of tungsten left in there, so when I was doing that job in Dewsbury, that's the chisel that I use because they want a lot of working involved in it. And that is also a second tickling chisel because there's not a lot of tungsten, so that's kept sharp. That can go back in there so I don't get confuddled. We've got us other tungsten 2.5-inch Riley, which also needs a sharpen. So all these which I've got here need a sharpen, and then that one was tickling chisel, wasn't it? Then I've got this little baby, which I got off an old stonemason when I was working at the job at Home Firth doing the farm renovation, and that is a tungsten nicker that he picked up from Facebook, I believe. So there's plenty of tungsten in that. I've never not used it yet. That's a 2-inch. But if I show you my other nicker, which is down there on the floor, hang on. So oh, they're both the same, but as you can see, they're slightly different, you know. And I think that says Knee stamp there. So yeah, I've not used that yet. I only got it because I didn't want to see it go to waste. And then what I also have is my 4-inch fire sharpened chisel. So I use that on sawn stone. I don't use that really often, but it's called fire sharpen as well because to get it sharpened it needs to be done under heat the same way it's forged. So I don't really use that, but these are ideal if you're doing like 140s and they've got sawn ends. I've got a 6-inch nicker as well, but I ain't got that one with me. Then I've also got my little tools for when I make coin stones and stuff like that. So that's what you use to flatten off a surface, and it's got a mallet head as well. So if you ever wonder like how they get stones flat after, like, say they're doing a chamfer and they've cut it all out, or if you wanted to do it by hand, then you pitch it all off and then you'd flatten it away with your mallet. Next one is my is it a 1/4 inch? Yeah, my 1/4 inch hammer-headed punch, and that needs a sharpen as well. I use that when I'm doing coins. That's my claw tool, which you've seen me scutching stuff. People call it a scutch, I call it a claw, but the finish I always say is a scutch or a comb, it depends what you call it. And that's a point chisel, which is ideal if you're knocking out pointing as well, or if you're trying to replicate sparrow peck. But I've not really used that, I just picked it up because it looked nice. Then we have our other punch chisel, which is more for like taking big lumps off. If you can see the difference between that one and that one. See how that's more to a point and that's more rounded. And then last but not least, what we have here is a is it half-inch? A half-inch punch, is it? Or a lettering chisel? I'm not sure anyway. Like I say, masonry chisels are not my top knowledge because obviously I'm not a mason, I'm a stone dresser. So yeah. So these are what I carry with me pretty much at all times. And yeah, Oh, and that to change my blade on my saw. So yeah, and then and a thingy as well. I can't say the word because Facebook don't like words like that. So yeah, did I show you my hammer? I can't remember if I showed you my hammer. Well, there's my punch walling hammer as well. This is my old one. My other one's under the bag, but I don't want to drop it all. So this is one of my oldest hammers, is that, and you can see how it's worn away on that edge. So yeah, then I've got a brush, 2 wire brushes in there, and a little compressed air thing just to blow myself off at end it there. You have to blow it dust off and that. So yeah, that's my tools. If you want any more depth explanation or a thing per tool, or you want to see any tooling demonstration, just let me know. Put it in comments down below, because like I say, it's what I do it for. It's for you guys. So thanks if you watched all that. Really appreciate it, and have a good Sunday.